could use a toothpick or some other thing, and I just put a tiny amount there. And one nice thing about the Ziyongao is that, you know, even if you don't have, I have little marks so I don't have to like think about point location, but the Ziyongao is red, so you, once you put it on, you know where the point is, right? Some people actually use just chapstick and they just smear it on with chapstick, but then that's clear and then you may not be able to see where the point is. So then we light this. And then a bamboo tube. And so this is actually kind of complicated. I practiced and practiced and practiced, and I'm still not elegant at this. If you see Junji Mizutani do it, it's so amazing to watch him. But you know, so even if I do it a little ugly, but it still works, okay? So I rolled some, I pinch it, I put it on, I light it, and when it's at a certain point, I press the tube around it. So you could let it just burn down, or you could pinch it. We'll talk about this next week, the different techniques, but pressing like that makes less oxygen as it burns, and then it burns slower as it goes down. And if you notice, it's all black ash. We talked last week about how black ash means it's like pure floss. Also notice that you almost don't see any yellow at the bottom. Like it really, the timing has to be right so that it, like, you don't want any yellow left at the bottom, but you also don't want like a huge burn on yourself, okay? So you have to get used to the timing. Next week, I'll hear a few, you know, as you're working with the timing, but you see how, like, you know, even though I'm talking, I'm still like doing this and there's no yellow at the bottom, so the timing's pretty good. And so I'm feeling a little warmth, and what you can do, okay, I always use my little finger to tamp it down because my finger will get a little greasy and dirty. If I use my index finger, which is what you tend to want to do, then the finger that's pinching off the moxa will be dirty and it will stick to my hands and not act right. So I reserve my little finger for like flattening it. So I think that's 2 on each. Later I'll talk about new moon moxa. I do moxa, you know, for 8 days, starting with the new moon every month. And this is something like day 7. I think I still have to do it tomorrow. So I do like 5 cones on each side for 8 days every month. And I've had so few, you know, wind attacks since I've been doing this. For years I've been doing this. So I think, was it last year or 2 years ago, I got really sick. But besides that, like this year, knock on wood, I haven't had one wind attack. And I used to have so many every year. So this practice has really made a difference in my ability to not get sick. I think this is number 4, and I do 5. So I'll do the 5 and then I'll be done. So this is like what we're working for. So now you've seen how is the Ziyongao used, how is the incense used, how is the bamboo tube we're going to make used. This is the last one on each side.
It doesn't hurt. Like if you have a wand and you put it inside a wand.
You know, next week when you practice, occasionally some of them might hurt a little because you haven't yet developed your timing and your skills. But like actually, even if it burns all the way down, it's usually just like I'd snap my fingers, but my fingers are full. So anyway, there, I'm done. So